Hello fam, welcome back to our channel. The southern senators have indeed risen up to the occasion and to also let their constituency know that they are not just there for figurehead, but they are there to indeed represent them, especially on the issue of the water bill, water resources bill. Well, finally things are beginning to wrap up over that issue, but as we speak, they have, as at the time of filing this report, there was a serious shouting match in the house, but was is actually an interesting one. But before we go into the newspaper and further analysis, would you like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button? Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, the House of Representatives has withdrawn its controversial National Water Resources Bill 2020. The House was thrown into some sort of pandemonium and on Tuesday while considering a matter of privilege raised by Rep. Pandem0n, that's PDP Benue, to be heard on the contagious National Water Resources Bill 2020. Well, Nzodu motion sought the withdrawal of the bill owing to the public outcry against it and its breach of House's rule. Just follow us on this news and see how they meandered that bill into almost meandered it into law. Well, in presenting his matter of privilege, Rep. Nzodu cited Order 6, Rule 1, Subsection 1, 2, and 3 as he urged forcefully against the transmission of the bill to the Senate and is finally becoming law. According to him, I wish to refer to Order 6, Rule 1, Subsection 1, 2, and 3, and Order 12, Rule 18 to state that I was deprived of my legislative privilege of citing a gazetted copy of the National Water Resources Bill HB 921, and such could not participate in the consideration of the report by the Committee of the Whole, which also deprived me of my right and privilege of representing my people and representation to my people as well. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, it is in this effort to eliminate the element of surprise that the House, in its wisdom, included in its standing rule that every bill must be gazetted or clean copies circulated. It is important to note that the word emphasized here is gazette, which means appearing in the bill journal of the House. The words used are clear and unambiguous. They ought to be given their ordinary meaning as stated. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I was misled by the use of the Order 12, Rule 18 of our standing orders. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, it is an issue of law and procedure. Honorable Speaker, the onus of interpretation lies with you. Where the bill was labeled as Bill 2020, it was not considered as such. The laws lay on your shoulder to interpret these rules as stated in Order 7, Rule 1, Subsection 7. It is important to emphasize that I have painstakingly searched through all the journals of the House and cannot find where the bill is gazetted, and I stand to be challenged or corrected. The next question for your consideration, Honorable Speaker, deals with jurisdiction. Whether the House such powers to entertain a bill, such proceedings become a nullity ab initio, no matter how conducted and decided. So having not met this condition, I wish to move, relying on Order 8, Rule 8, and the above stated rules, that the House do rescind, expunge its decision of 23rd July 2020, which adopted the National Water Bills 2020 HB 921 to have been read the third time for our records. His later prayers were granted after a prolonged debate from both sides of the legislative divide, as the Speaker ordered for the withdrawal of the bill. Fundamental issues have been raised by Honorable Nzodu. He has backed them up with a clear language that such bills must be re-gazetted, Gbajiabiamila said. While the Deputy Speaker of the House, Rep. Idris Wase, who argued against Nzodu's position, stressed that the bill followed due process in its passage. Wuse's argument was buttressed by the sponsor of the bill, Rep. Sada Soli, APC Katsina, and the chairman of the Rules of Business Committee, Rep. Hon.Fulata, APC Jigawa. That's the constituency I'm mentioning now. Lawmakers led by Rep. Honorable Rep. KingsleyChinda, PDP Rivers, however, put up a strong defense for Nzondu's submission, leading to the decision of the Speaker to order for the withdrawal of the bill from a fresh gazetting. Recall that the same bill which was earlier introduced as executive bill was killed in the Senate but passed in the House. The instrument, however, couldn't be retransmitted to the Senate for Senate concurrence before the 8th Assembly lapsed. Now, the question now is, what happened between that time and now? How come it went into third reading? Which means if there was no outcry by the people, maybe our southern senators would have just allowed it to slide. But kudos to everyone who lent their voice into this matter. If not, they would have just, graciously, Nicodemously, permit me to use that word Nicodemously, pass that bill into law. Now, having gone through their journals for 2020, they realized that one of the cardinal rules of the law of Senate House or House of Rep is the fact that they have always removed that element of surprise. There's nothing, you don't take them by surprise. If you said it's gazetted, then there should be fresh copies. Everybody circulated, let everybody be in the know of what they're signing as bill, because you are there to represent your constituency. You're not there for figurehead. So whatever that is happening in the house, you must be in the know. There's nobody that's a counterfeit there. There's nobody that's a second-class citizen in that house. You're representing your constituency, and your constituency is important. It's a cardinal point, a cardinal body, a part and parcel of Nigeria. So for that reason, every senator there seated is representing the people, and they must understand what is going on in the house. So he's saying that, look, my fundamental human right as a senator is being abused. If you claim that there's a bill passed and it has been gazetted, and I've gone through the journal for 2020, there's no such bill. And one of our cardinal rules is that there's element of surprise must never be seen in the house. So right now as we speak, I'm surprised. When was it gazetted? How come I never knew about the copies? I never read, there was no clean copies, and somebody saying it's following due process. If you follow due process, you saw, I didn't see. So you mustn't use your own to rob me of my rights as a senator in the house. You're a senator, I'm a senator. For that reason, we should both have equal standing on the house. And that, I must say, is a lovely finishing. Of course, for the night has been trashed, but I know they will bring it up again. But this time around, let's not keep quiet. Let's keep pushing. That bill, from my point of view, must never be passed into law. Why would you want to take control over the water bill? What's so spectacular about the waters? But, if you want to pass it into law, like they've been saying, let's understand it in plain terms, what we are signing, right? And let the stakeholders make it a public hearing. What are we scared of? Is there a sinister move? If there's no sinister move, make it a public hearing. The people's lands and waters are involved here. Let them know what they're in for. So if you say there's nothing into it, it's just a normal bill. No, we're not against it. We're not saying it's not a normal bill. Let us know what it is all about. Stop Nicodemously trying to pass it into law. But let's feel the pulse of Nigerians over this matter. Of course, Nigerians are excited over this. At least even if it's been trashed out, as in it has been removed, expunged, but we know it's going to, at least this is a victory won, temporarily. But let's proceed. This one here is saying, I'm very pleased that the bill has been withdrawn. The sponsors were anticipating a future where water from the south will be piped to the north, then the same way oil and gas have been piped to the north. They have taken everything from the south. What is left is water. This is well. This way is saying Nigeria is really in a bigger problem these years. It is well. It's just honestly as well. So this one here is saying reintroducing Roga defeated again. Not yet Uhuru, because they are hell bent on colonizing the nation. This one here is saying the Northern Party with their quest to control the resources of the South. Any Southerner that support Roga water bill is not looking well. This one here is a small scale bill. It's a small screen bill tended to allow unfettered movement of Fulani herdsmen on people's ancestral land that's close to every water bodies known to man. Not really about piping water to the north. This one here is saying Oduduwa nation is here. Smell the coffee. This one here is saying there's a crack in the wall and you guys are not doing anything to fill it until human beings pass through the wall before you will know. You want to make claws for water when no get enemy abi na mami water trouble na define. But I think that's how we're gonna wrap it up. let's just wrap it up here. What's a take? But for me, I say this is victory deserved. At least for the now, let's celebrate the fact that it is being expunged. Let's see how it plays out subsequently. Such bills should not be done, in a hidden manner. Let Nigerians know what we're in for, and let's know if we are okay with it. You don't just wake up one morning and say passing the bill is sacrosanct. On how? This is democracy, for crying out loud. That's how we're gonna wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. Do you concur? For the first time, our southern senators are beginning to react. Apart from Barry Bay, some of them are not too. No, but they're beginning to show agility. Well, this is actually House of Rep.